Good afternoon everybody. In today's video also I'll continue with the reactions on phenols. Okay, the first reaction is Reimer-Tiemann reaction. In this reaction, phenol is treated with chloroform in presence of aqueous sodium hydroxide at 340 Kelvin temperature to give this, which in presence of NaOH will form this. Water will be removed. This will be formed, which in presence of dilute acid will give salicylaldehyde. Salicylaldehyde is the product of Reimer-Tiemann reaction. Okay, the next reaction is coupling reaction. When a weakly alkaline solution of benzene diazonium salt, this is benzene diazonium salt, benzene diazonium chloride I have taken. When phenol will react with weakly alkaline solution of benzene diazonium chloride at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, then we will obtain a bright orange colored azodite. This can also be used as a test for phenol. This reaction is also used as a test for phenol because this is a bright orange colored azodite. Okay, the next reaction is Gattermann reaction. When phenol is treated with a mixture of HCl, HCl and ZnCl2, then this will be obtained as a product which in presence of dilute acid I'll write the product this side. I'll write the product at this side. It will be easier. Which in presence of dilute acid will again give salicylaldehyde. Okay. The next reaction is condensation of phenol with phthalic anhydride. This is phthalic anhydride. When phenol gets condensed with phthalic anhydride in presence of concentrated H2SO4, we will get phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is a very good indicator. phenolphthalein. This is the structure of phenolphthalein. When phenol gets condensed with phthalic anhydride in presence of concentrated H2SO4, then phenolphthalein is obtained. Next is condensation with formaldehyde. Okay. Phenol condenses with formaldehyde in presence of dilute acid or alkali at low temperatures I am using alkali with dilute alkali. Temperature should be kept low. We will get a mixture of ortho and para isomers, where para isomer is the major product. When phenol is condensed with formaldehyde in presence of dilute alkali at low temperature, we will get a mixture of para and ortho isomer. Para isomer is the major product here. Okay, the next reaction is hydrogenation reaction or reduction, you can say. Phenol upon hydrogenation in presence of nickel at 473 Kelvin to 533 Kelvin temperature will get reduced to cyclohexanol. Reduction. This is just reduction. Next, reactions. There are three oxidation reactions. First is atmospheric oxidation. Phenol in presence of air and light will result in the formation of para-benzoquinone, which in presence of excess phenol will result in the formation of a red colored addition product which is known as phenoquinone. This is a red colored addition product which is known as phenoquinone. These are hydrogen bondings. These two are hydrogen bondings. Okay, the next oxidation is by stronger oxidizing agents like alkaline potassium permanganate. In presence of alkaline potassium permanganate, the aromatic ring of phenol will be ruptured, resulting in the formation of tartaric acid and carbon dioxide. This is tartaric acid. Carbon dioxide. Okay. The next process is oxidation by alkaline potassium persulfate. When phenol is treated with alkaline potassium persulfate, a new OH group is preferentially placed at the para position. But if sometimes the para position is occupied, for example in paracresol, here the para position is already occupied, In that case, when oxidation is done, the new OH group will preferentially enter into the ortho position. These are the three oxidation reactions. Next and the last reaction you can say is Fries rearrangement. In Fries rearrangement, phenol is treated with acetic anhydride. Resulting in the formation of an ester, which in presence of anhydrous AlCl3 will form ortho and para isomers. Actually, the acyl group will migrate from phenolic O to the ortho and para positions of the aromatic ring. This is known as Fries rearrangement. These are all about the reactions of phenols. Thank you.